Hi everyone and welcome back to a new video on my channel. If you're new here, my name is Janet. I live in Sweden, but I am Dutch and I make bookish content. And in this video, I thought I would try to catch up on my series that I'm currently reading, because I was just updating my book journal together with a friend and I just realized how many series I'm in the middle of, and it's just honestly kind of overwhelming at this point. So yeah, these are basically all of the series that I haven't started all of them, but yeah, I'm in the middle of most of these series and I kind of want to make some progress. So I thought I would do that with you guys today. First of all, I did already start a book that is actually a part of a series, so I thought I might as well include that in this video, even though I am pretty far along. And that is Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. This was on my April TBR, and it's the only book that I've managed to read so far in April, and it's already the 15th? Yeah, I think it's the 15th of April. But this is the second book in the Alex Stern series, so this is the follow-up to Ninth House, which is a dark academia series. I believe there's more books coming out in the series, but these are the ones that are out so far. And as you can see, I am pretty far in. I am currently on page 353 out of like 480, I think, so I do also still have a bit to go. And so far, like, okay, for those of you who don't know, Ninth House is about Alex and she studies at Yale University, but she has this kind of like gift that where she can see and talk to grays, they call them. They're basically dead people, ghosts. And she kind of gets involved into solving this murder that happens on campus, I believe. And at the same time, she's also trying to find out what happened to her like mentor, kind of there. So yeah, I really enjoyed that book. Actually, it was my first dark academia book that I ever read, and I found it very intriguing with like the murder mystery part of it. It was also very like kind of fantasy heavy, which was not what I expected from a dark academia, but now I obviously know better. I really liked, I liked the female character. I liked the way it was written. It was sometimes a little bit hard to understand. I remember it taking a while before I got into it and felt like I actually understood what was happening in the book. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think I gave it like 4 stars, and it's been half a year since reading that one, and I just jumped into Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. I've actually been reading this for like 2 weeks at this point because I've just been so incredibly busy and just not had time to read. But I am enjoying this. It just did take me again a while to get into, and maybe that is because it has been a while since I read the first book, but also I feel like usually I wait longer than that to get back into a fantasy series or any series, because I'm just not a person who reads series back to back, as you can see in my reading journal. So that has definitely taken a while and I've struggled with that. It is also a fairly long book, and I think that's valid because of the content. Like, things are happening, it's just that I'm not always understanding everything that is happening because it is such a complicated world, kind of, and like a complicated magic system and just the whole storyline. But yeah, I'm definitely enjoying this. I think right now maybe it is a little bit lower than Ninth House for me, rating wise. But that definitely depends on how the ending is, because things are definitely picking up and I'm really aching to pick this book up again, which is a really good sign. Unfortunately, I do have some things to do for my internship and school today. And it is already 7 o'clock in the evening. But I will definitely try to make some more progress tonight as well and continue reading this. Other than that, I'm not sure yet exactly which books we will pick up to continue series. I do have the last book in the Powerless series by Lauren Roberts to read, and that is on my April TBR, but it's again a pretty long book, so I don't think I should read that one straight after Hellbent, but maybe if I read a book in between, I do still need to read our book club book, for example, which will not be part of this video, then maybe that would work. Yeah, I also have the last book in like the Knock 'Em Out series by Lucy Score to read, but that is also a pretty long book and it's also a romance, which has not really been my favorite genre. But yeah, we definitely have enough series and books to choose from, so I will definitely figure that out and take you guys along with me while doing that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get my studying done, so I'm hopefully done within like an hour or so, because then I could definitely get a good hour, maybe hour and a half of reading in, and I can make some more progress in Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. We are long overdue for an update, but I do have one. I did finish, I was gonna say Ninth House, but Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo several days ago now. I've actually managed to also read our book club book after this one, but before starting my next book for this video, but that was not part of a series, so I did not include that in this video. I did update you shortly about what my thoughts were on Hellbent whenever I was reading it, I believe, but I have not updated you since. It did take me quite a bit to get through this book. It took me a long time to kind of get into the world again. It's a very complex world and world building and just magic system kind of that Leigh Bardugo has made, and I did find that hard at some points. I did not take out my bookmark, I just realized. But nonetheless, I do love the world that she has built and I love the vibes of this. I did definitely prefer the first book. I think I just was more invested and intrigued in that one. But yeah, it did end well. I will probably read the next book in the series. I believe there's going to be another book, at least, in the series. I'm not sure, actually. And I did understand, like, the whole concept and stuff, but I feel like some things probably definitely flew over my head, and I just could have gotten better. I think that maybe I should have read this one, like, straight after reading Ninth House, or at least with, like, maximum 2 months in between, because as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I did read Ninth House last fall, so it was definitely over half a year ago, which is not long for me to continue a series, but is too long for this series in my opinion. Yeah, I did end up rating it a 4-star. I think maybe looking back I would rate it like a 3.5. I have been very strict with my ratings lately, but I mean, the writing was good, it was enjoyable, it was just a bit long at times. It's, what is it, 480 pages long, and I just did not understand every part, but that is more on me than on the book probably. But yeah, this one is finished and I'm now up to date with this series, so I will go and fill that out in my book journal as well. And then I actually already decided and started on my next book. I did have a lot of options. I put them all in this like little random spinning wheel kind of, and that one actually I did respin a few times and it showed me the same result like 3 times, so I saw that as a sign. And then I also asked one of my book club girlies and she also mentioned this one. I do know now that there is going to be a 3rd book in the series, maybe even more, I'm not sure. But that is coming out in like September, October this year, I think. So I am excited to still get up to date with this series, and that is the Villains series, I think it's called, by V.E. Schwab. As you may or may not know, V.E. Schwab is one of my favorite authors. I did put this Savage Song by her on my April TBR. It is still April as I'm filming this. But then I did decide on the responsible choice to finish this duology off before that, or at least be up to date with the series. So we did read the first book in the series for book club last year, but I do know that at least one of our members is not interested in like continuing this series with book club at least, and then another member of our book club skipped that month because she had a lot of things going on. So I decided on just continuing the series myself. So yeah, that is the choice for the second choice for this video. It is 580 pages long, so it is a longer book. But I have been flying through this whenever I've picked it up. I've only read like 2 sittings of it at the moment, and I'm on page 127. So I'm currently at part 2. And I'm already so into the world again. I did read the first one, as I said, like I think exactly a year ago, but it was not hard getting back into this. I love V.E. Schwab's writing. I do like the different like time perspectives, because we are going quite a bit like back and forth in time. We also follow a few different characters, but I don't think that it's hard to keep track. So that is very, very positive. And overall, I'm just enjoying this. I will probably tell you guys about the premise of the first book in this series later on. Obviously, I cannot say too much about what this one is about without spoiling anything. But just know that I am currently enjoying this, and I will probably be reading this for the foreseeable future, as it is very long and I am currently doing my internship, so I'm pretty busy at the moment. But yeah, I'm definitely enjoying this, and I'm so happy to be back in one of V.E. Schwab's books. And after this one, I can finally start one of her other series, which I'm also beyond excited for. So yeah, I will update you guys about this one whenever I reach the halfway mark, hopefully, and see what I think. It is time for an update because I'm currently about halfway through the book. I think I'm like 56% through the book according to Goodreads. So I thought that I would update you now that I've reached the halfway mark. And I have to say I'm thoroughly enjoying this book. I think it's a very like fast, I'm reading it pretty fast, like once I pick it up. I have had a few busier weeks, so it does take me a bit longer than like usual to get through books, but I have made a lot of progress in this one, and I don't feel bored whenever I read it. I do have to say, like, we are not necessarily always following a plot like super clearly. Like, obviously we are following characters and kind of a plot, but I feel like V.E. Schwab is just really good at keeping it interesting even when there's not like a clear plot that we are following the whole time. And also her ability to write so many different characters and timelines, but still making it not confusing and making every single chapter, like every timeline and every character story, interesting is just very, very great in my opinion. So yeah, I am intrigued to see how this ends. I have no idea where this is going since, as I said, I don't feel like we're following a super clear plot or like, you know, are trying to reach a certain point. But that is super intriguing to me. So I am definitely enjoying this. I will keep reading. I'm hoping to have some energy to binge a little bit of this book tonight, and then we shall see. Okay, so just to update you guys, I did in fact finish Vengeful by V.E. Schwab, and I will let you guys know what I thought about that later. But as you can see, we are having a little bit of a beach day because it is currently like 25 degrees Celsius here in Sweden, which is crazy because it's the 2nd of May. We went to the beach on Öland, and I thought I would start my next read, which will be Hunting Prince Dracula, which is the second book in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series. Again, I hope you can hear me, but I'm super excited to start this. It's like a little bit of a mystery, like historical read, and I really did enjoy the first one, and this will be a buddy read with one of my friends. So I'm gonna start this here at the beach and see how far I get today, but I will keep you guys posted. Now you know a little bit about the situation, and again, I will let you know what my thoughts on Vengeful were whenever I get home or tomorrow. Good afternoon. I am currently baking some kladdkakor, like mud cakes, I guess, because tomorrow is actually already my last day at my internship, at least like the full-time internship I've had for the past 5 weeks, which feels crazy because time has gone by so fast. But our students said that we would bring some Fika, so you know, something nice to eat, so I decided to bake something for that. So for those of you who don't know, I'm studying to be a teacher. I'm just about to finish off my first year of studying. So I've been in a classroom for the past 5 weeks with students, teaching basically. And it's been super interesting and super, like, such a good experience, such a good learning experience, and I feel like I've developed so much, so it's been really, really good. But I thought I would update you guys on my thoughts on Vengeful, because as I did mention in my last clip, I did finish that, and I have to say I'm super positively surprised. Like, I did enjoy the first one in the duology as well, but it's been a while since I've read it, and I feel like I enjoyed this one even more, which I don't know why, because I feel like this one didn't have a plot that was like as strong or clear as the first one, but I just, like, literally every time I picked it up, I was enjoying every second of it, and I was never looking at the page count, I never looked at the time, and that is a very good sign, especially since I have been in and out of this reading slump for a while now. I have decided on giving that one a 4.5-star rating, which is really, really good. I did give the first one a 4-star rating, maybe even 4.5 as well, I'm not sure. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that. So if you like, you know, fantasy books that are not too heavy on the fantasy, the characters in this one definitely are not likable and they are very morally gray. But I really enjoyed that part of it, then I would definitely recommend that. And then, as I also did mention, I've started Hunting Prince Dracula, right? the second book in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series. I think there's 4 books in total. So I'm on the second one right now. And I read a bunch yesterday actually. I think I'm like 40% of the way through, so I might make the halfway mark today if I have energy to read later. But I'm also really enjoying that one. I feel like yesterday I just did not want to put it down. I was flying through it and I just wanted to know what was happening. Let me just take out the first mud cake and put in my second one in the oven. Okay, she's looking really good, so I will tell you more or show that to you guys later if I remember to do so. But yeah, it's the second book in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, which is a YA, like kind of like historical mystery series. And I really did enjoy the first one. It's about Audrey Rose, who wants to study, I don't know what to call it, like it's not surgery, but it's like, you know, when you examine bodies after people pass away to see like what happened. I'm not sure what the word for it is right now. But yeah, but that is not socially accepted in that time period because it's set in the 1800s and also by her family. So she has to do it kind of like in secret, and her uncle ends up teaching her. And then there's this serial killer who she gets kind of tangled up with, like his murders. So she's trying to investigate what actually happened with the victims and who did it. And yeah, I just enjoyed it. Like there is a romance plot as well. I feel like it's definitely very much a slow burn, but I have been loving the romance and like the banter in between the characters. So I was super happy to find out that the second book, and I'm guessing the rest of the series, follows the same characters, because as I said, I really enjoyed that. So yeah, now we're on to the second book where she goes to Romania to study. And obviously she gets tangled up in these murder mysteries and she's trying to figure out what's happening, and it's just very entertaining and interesting. So that is definitely a recommendation if you want like a faster historical vibed mystery, I guess. But yeah, that is the update for now. As I said, I am almost halfway through that book, so I will let you know what I think about that one later on as well. But it's going super well and I'm definitely in that reading flow. I have been wanting to pick up my books instead of scrolling on my phone, which is a very good sign. So I'm super happy to be back into it, and I think that these books have definitely helped with that. Yeah. Let me show you the mud cake I made. Okay, it's obviously super warm, but here is my first little mud cake. This one is gluten-free, so let's see tomorrow how that one turned out. And then I did make one for me and my boyfriend as well, because I might as well once I'm at it anyway. I'm gonna wait for the second cake to be done and then maybe do some reading and just go to bed pretty early today. I think it's like 8:30 already, so yeah. I have 2 more days of my internship left. It feels crazy. It feels kind of nice to have a little bit of a slower pace after that before I start my summer job, but it will also be empty without my students. So yeah, definitely mixed feelings about that right now. So as you probably saw in the last clip I filmed, I just finished Hunting Prince Dracula by Carrie Maniscalco. So again, as I've mentioned, the second book in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, and I thoroughly enjoyed this one. I do think I would say I enjoyed the first one in the series more. I just feel like I was a bit more invested in that one and like trying to kind of figure out what was going on. But nonetheless, I did really enjoy this, and I just love the vibes in the series and just I love the writing, I love the banter in between the two main characters. I also love how the epilogue in these books kind of like set up for the next book. So in this case, that is Escaping from Houdini, I believe. Because that just makes me super intrigued to go into the next one as well, which I definitely am. I will just see when I get to it, since we are buddy reading this series. But yeah, I think I'm landing on like either a 3.5 or a 4 stars. Like I definitely enjoyed it, but I have read even better. And among those are the first one in the series. But yeah, I just love the illustrations in these books and the vibes and the letters, and just, I don't know, it's a gorgeous series, and I'm super excited to read the next one as well. With that one being finished, I am going to finish off this video as well. I have managed to continue 3 different series, which I'm super happy about and I feel so accomplished about, so that is definitely really good progress. I will fill out my journal and film that before ending this video, but I will have to do that tomorrow when there's a bit more daylight. And then I hope to see you again in my next video. Don't forget to give this video a like if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel in case you are interested in seeing more bookish content on my channel. And I hope to see you again in my next one. Until then, take care.